A popular legend in Slavic folklore is the myth of Baba Yaga. She is a witch who lives in a forest and she lives in a peripatetic house that stands and walks around on chicken legs. There are contradictory stories about Baba Yaga. Some tales present her as a child-eating monster, while in other tales she is warm and wise and kind. I think Russia enjoys the same reputation in geopolitics today. Despite its superpower status, it has made great strides in nuclear programs, in space, in economics, and of course in literature. Let's not forget Russia has 5 Nobel Prizes in literature to its credit. But its bent towards warmongering has the West worried. Each time I visit Russia, I fall in love with it a little bit more. Russians are warm and helpful. They're also a very happy country. They're proud of their excellent standard of living. Very little money goes a very long way in Russia. The streets are clean, and they're just very happy with the way the country is placed in the world today. I'm here for Moscow Fashion Week yet again. It still does not have an official sponsor thanks to the sanctions after the Ukraine war, but rumor has it that it is backed by the government. Moscow Fashion Week invites several other countries to participate. Some of these are Turkey, of course, India, Indonesia, Spain, China, South Africa, and many others. I want to tell you that Russian fashion is very similar to Indian fashion, and it is at a very interesting juncture right now where the rich oligarch-friendly opulence is giving way to a very young and rebellious street style. The traditionalists are still attached to Russian culture. So you'll find lots of furs and leather and linen, and all these materials are used by Russian national costumes. But the newer lot you'll see is inspired by the nightclubs. Clubbing is a national activity here in Russia. And we need to remind ourselves again that despite its breathtaking imperial edifices and its gilt-edged streets, the Russian Federation was only formed in 1991, and Russia is a very young country. This young country is finding its feet globally again. It's making its voice heard. The irony is that on the first day of Russia Fashion Week, of Moscow Fashion Week, that I was there, Demna Vasalya, he's a designer out of Georgia, formerly the USSR, he was announced the chief designer of global giant Gucci. There are a lot more Demnas where he came from. The last decade or so has seen Russia awaken to a new sense of style. Younger Russia is preparing its new stars. Inkmode is one such rebellious label. Its collection reminded me a little bit of Thierry Mugler, a little bit of Balenciaga, and I thought it was eco-coded with references to recycled plastic and really very artsy, intellectual, and interesting. There was also Alexander Barlakov, and he was a debutante designer here, a very young boy in his 20s. When he came out for his finale bow, his mom actually came to hug him. And I thought that was just such a sweet touch. But his clothes were such an exciting mix of, it was such a modern take of traditional tailoring, and all the international press adored him. Then there is Rogov, and I really loved the vibe at his show. He's, a socialite designer of sorts. He has been an influencer and a TV presenter, and he would comment on European styles and red carpets and celebrities, and he became so popular. He eventually launched his own label 2-3 years ago, maybe. There's a label called Maison Kaleidoscope. It is run by Katya Kombarova, and I think it's a lot of fun. Her last show was inspired by the circus. It had a great combination of red and white and black colors. I thought she made the grotesque tasteful, proving that Russian fashion still enjoys a little chaos. Then there is Red September. It's really one of my favorite labels in the world, I think. It's a very streetwear-inspired label, and it's finding favor with a lot of international celebrities. Julia Fox, the American actress, was spotted wearing something from them recently. I want to get this name right. It is Yana Besfamilnaya. She had a presentation that was inspired by the Italian summer. Her setting was a trattoria with menu cards, and the cocktails were inspired by Ozempic. Yeah, there's a lot of social commentary, and it's quite fun. So at Moscow Fashion Week, I met a lovely lady called Brenda Bizzi. She runs the White Show in Milan, which is a very popular trade fair for many, many big labels who want to sort of enter Europe. She really liked what she saw, and now she's here at Mumbai Fashion Week, at India Fashion Week here in Mumbai. Russian fashion today does not speak of USSR or the Russian Empire as we understand it historically. It actually speaks of its new citizens. I love it because it is a mirror to Russia's new soul. I also love it because it has taken old ideas and turned them into new things.